Hello and welcome to the Reckoning. I said Reckoning.
What is it?
Reckoning podcast
There it
with
is.
Mark and Scott. Mark is not here. I am here with our producer, Josh.
Hello.
Josh, I had a thought the other day.
Hit me with it.
You've heard people say the bro, where they had the bro suffix, like gym bro, crypto bro, tech bro. You've heard this before, right?
Yeah, in everyday slang, but
Yeah, so I've heard this a lot lately. And here are just a few examples: gym bro, finance bro, health bro, podcast bro, crypto bro. And what I heard recently that really made me think, what the fuck's up with this bro stuff? Evo Sci bro, for evolutionary psychology bro. And
what?
I'm starting to think whenever I hear this bro, there's a little bit of sass on it. It's starting to get a little bit
There is.
negative.
Yeah, I could see that being a little bit negative. I do it with my son, that I spell it BRUH, bruh.
Bruh has more sass than bro,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah. But I got to thinking more and more people use it kind of self-deprecatingly on themselves, and that's cool. But I think it's too degrading. I don't think that it should be used as commonly as it is, because I think it's too negative. I don't think it's helping things, right? Because you're adding it. What I heard that made me think that is when Jesse Singal on his podcast Blocked and Reported, which is fantastic. He's a great guy, great author too. He used the phrase Evo Sci bro. I don't want to be too much of an Evo Sci bro, because he was making an evolutionary psychology reference. It's like, I thought, why did he stop himself? There's nothing at all wrong about trying to look at things evolutionarily, in evolutionary psychology, however you would say those two words together. I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to stop and think about things in that way. And the fact that he had to stop and be like, I don't want to be this kind of bro, it just struck me as really weird. I don't think that that's good, that you should be like, oh, but I don't want to be this kind of bro. So I'm kind of
Right.
thinking, why did he do that? Why did he have to stop and say it? And he did it reflexively. There's no way he thought about this. That was just his reflection. So why is there this phrase, I don't want to be a ex bro? Or, yeah, man, I'm totally just like an ex bro. I'm wondering where this came
I
from,
think
and do you see it negatively?
not necessarily, but I think the deeper topic is why are we stopping ourselves reflexively from saying anything? I've come across myself doing that, saying, "Hey guys, welcome to the meeting." And it's not as inclusive if you don't say girls. So, and it bothers me when I hear it. And I hear it on YouTube or TikTok all the time where they say, "Hey guys,"
Mm-hmm.
and they're broadcasting to multiple genders. So it I don't know. Is that something that we're stopping ourselves from saying? Should we stop ourselves from saying more? I don't know. That's where.
I think saying guys is pretty much inclusive of both genders. I think it's been that way for a while. I don't think I know a woman that would get upset if you said, hey guys, to a room. I've heard women many times say, hey guys, or what's up guys, referring to an entire group. I
Yeah.
understand your point, but that's definitely not something we should stop ourselves and do that. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with stopping yourself because you think you might say something offensive or that might hurt somebody. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that reflection. I don't think it's a politically correct thing. What struck me, what was odd about Jesse Singles is just, I don't want to be this kind of bro. So, what is that kind of bro, or what is a bro? Does that mean?
I
I
think
think it.
that's a negative connotation towards that subset of people. So
Yeah,
he definitely does not like the Evo whatever you said, bro.
Evo Sci bros, evolutionary psychology bros. There's a bug on my. The
Did you get it?
yeah, I think what's it's flying around. I think there's too much negativity to it. I think that it's when they think of a bro, they're thinking of someone who's kind of just like discovering this topic and going like full balls forward on it for like 2 weeks and then moves on to something else.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I picture a bro as. But they're saying, "Oh, I don't want to be that." But I'm thinking, no, I think you do want to kind of be that. I don't think there's anything wrong with just being like going like and diving headfirst into a subject and then moving on. It's just you showing your interest in something. Like
But where does that start? When do you become like the newbie to the bro? How
it's quick.
where
It's
on the
probably pretty
timeline?
quick.
Yeah.
It's probably the second you start talking about it to everybody on
Yeah.
a podcast,
Yeah.
especially, is
Yeah.
when you become that kind of
Are you
bro.
a podcast, bro?
Yeah, yeah, no, totally. We're both podcast pros,
Okay.
but I think that's when it happens. It's when you start talking about it. And in
Yeah.
that sense, I can understand like, oh, you don't want to be the ignorant. It's that Dunning Kruger effect show we were talking about a few times ago. You don't want to be the someone who's just discovers a few things and then talks about it like you're some kind of freaking expert. You
Right.
don't want to be that guy. So in that sense, I think I do get it, but I don't want to hate somebody who's discovering somebody, figuring out a bunch of cool shit about it, and wanting to kind of spread that joy to everybody else. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I don't like when I hear that little tinge of sass when people say bro.
It is some sass. Yeah.
There's a little bit of sass. So the reason I bring that up is I want to put this out there in the world. Let's be a little bit cooler to the bros, in the subject bros. No, I guess let's just call it subject bros for now, so we think of something better. Let's be a little bit kinder to them. You know,
I think that applies to everything in general. Just the way our world is right now, everyone could use a little bit more kindness.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or at the very least, just before you're being a dickhead, stop for a second. Just at least do that. Just be like, look,
Now, do
Time
I
out.
want to do this?
time out for a second before I run my mouth or before I keyboard warrior type a bunch of stuff. Let's relax for a second and think this through and think, do I really want to be a dickhead about this? I think that would help our online world, if nothing else, quite a bit.
I don't think that's possible. The anonymity of it just drives that kind of mentality.
That's true, and that is why I'm not on Twitter. Every time I see posts from Twitter, it's like a dunking contest that has no desire to get on the truth or have like a true dialectic. It's just slam, 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 dunk, dunk, dunk. Just some kind of idea competition war bullshit in under 256 characters at a time. Are you on it? Do you participate?
I am. I don't. I have it. I browse it. That's about it. The thing that bothers me the most about Twitter is the subject, and then the comments have nothing to do with it. Everybody's trying to load on those hits, so it becomes a meme hit. Different subject.
By load on it, do you mean they're just trying to get engagement? They're just like trying to play a game to get people to look at their feed or whatever?
Yep.
That just seems that's so
Annoying
sad,
as
man.
shit. But the news on there is up to date to the minute, and
Yeah, that's good.
you know,
Is it though? Is it good? Because up to the date also means inaccuracy. I think they go hand in hand. Until you actually have time to look at facts, you don't really have facts.
well, I think it's
This is
more
a
of
bigger
the what's trending stuff. So, watching the VP debate or the presidential debate, it's like, oh, somebody said this about Trump. Say it out loud and to my wife, and she laughs. And then, oh, somebody said this about Trump. And somebody said this about Biden. Oh,
Gosh, yeah.
And Harris. And anyway, it's the live scrolling, the live feed that I enjoy about it. I don't really enjoy the commentary that is associated when it comes to posting below.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I can see some value in it, and I think like most other things like that, if you don't take it too seriously, it can be a good time.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, people take it super seriously, and maybe I'm just jaded because since I don't really participate in it, I just see stuff after the fact. A lot of it's just this hate-filled, like I said before, idea war bullshit. People just lobbing hate at each other, trying to get one up or slam somebody, and it just, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. But my point is, let's calm down. Let's just be a little bit. Let's just be a little bit nicer, and that includes myself. And
does that include Mark in our last?
No, I was just about to say because a couple of years ago we made an attempt at this podcast thing that failed, and a lot of what we did was just, gosh, it was like we were kind of jumping on that culture war bullshit.
Poking the bear.
There's poking the bear for sure, but we were just kind of on that culture war train, and it just seemed like everything we were saying is just so negative, right? We weren't seeing anybody that we were criticizing as people. It was just we were seeing them as the stupidest thing they said, right?
Yeah,
I didn't like it. Not that there weren't funny moments. I didn't have fun doing it, but in retrospect, I don't like it. It's we need to stop that. It's 2024 now. We need to start seeing people as people.
Now.
Do what?
Adults. We're adults now.
Yeah, back then I was like 40, and now I'm 42. And I really feel like I've grown up. I really feel like I've those 2 years have really taught me a lot about what it means to be truly an adult and to be a better American, if I'm being honest here. And we need to just see people as people, man. That's my whole thing. I'm going to drink to that right now. People as people, cheers. Because it's not fair. Because, God, I was stupid as a young person, Josh. You knew me when I was maybe, 22, 23? Maybe a little bit older.
Around there, yeah.
Somewhere around there, right?
And you were dumb.
We were dumb, man. We were dumb. And even a few years before that, I was really dumb. Like, embarrassingly dumb. Right? And like the podcast 2 years ago, just like slamming on these kids that are 19, that are 20 years old, and they have a internet footprint that we never had, right? We can deny all the stupid shit we said, even though we definitely said it. But the kids now, man, that stuff can travel with them. It's so unfair. Yeah. And I think it's up to us as the older people to have more grace, right? We just need to just have more forgiveness. These kids aren't going to think the same shit in freaking 5 years from now.
The internet is forever, and I actually that brings me to something that I was watching yesterday on Twitter. There was a young female, and she was protesting outside Madison Square Garden, and I guess this kind of dates this show, but she was screaming at a baby in a stroller. Screaming at her. Why are they doing this? They're Nazis. And you see someone in the background is a supporter of Harris Waltz behind her, and she's pulling her back. She goes, "That's a baby."
Yeah.
But the internet's forever, right? It will be there. And I saw 7 or 8 people posting about that today. So
this poor girl, they're just in a moment of passion. Stuff she's not going to believe in 5 years. She's probably going to grow out of this stuff, right? And she's going to have that with her forever, and it's not fair. It would have been fair when we were young. It's not fair to her. What'd the baby say? She's like, hey, I agree with you. I don't know why you're yelling at me. Crazy, man. But yeah, it's be nice to the bros, everybody. Can we
Be
can we
nice.
put a ribbon on it with be nice to the bros? They're just trying. They're just trying to learn.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts to add to that?
No, I'm good. Good topic. Enjoyed discussing it.
Wonderful. I will see you later, Josh, and let's have a drink to the bros and goodbye.
See you, Scott.